Well, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our final NICU Moms Connect series of the year. I am Adriana Davis, the founder and executive director of the Harmony Grace Foundation. And I am just so excited to have been able to start this platform to bring women, former NICU moms on to share their stories. It has been an amazing journey having four of the former moms on. And I can't wait to see what comes out of after this. So I just want to say to all of my supporters, listeners, those who have tuned in, those who have supported us since we started in 2019, I just want to say thank you so much for everything. It does not go unnoticed, so I just want to say thank you. If you haven't heard these women's stories, I highly recommend you follow us on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Go listen to their stories. I won't have them to reshare their stories tonight, but I will encourage you all to go and follow our pages and listen to their stories there, as well as look at the things that we have done and will be doing in the near future. Before we get started tonight, I have a lot of updates, and I'm so excited for a couple of them. But I want to say that we have partnered with Kendra Scott. Yes, Kendra Scott, the fashion designer, the jewelry maker. I just want to say that we've partnered with her, and any purchases between November 15th through the 17th, which today is the last day, 20% of the proceeds will go towards the Harmony Grace Foundation. So I'm so looking forward to that effort. So if you do purchase Kendra Scott, and you cannot make it inside of the store at the Cypress Barker location here in Houston, if you can't make it to the store, you can always purchase online. Online using the code GIVEBACK CWZVW. Again, that's give back CWZVW. And I'm going to ask my co-host if he would drop that in the chat so that you all could have access to the code, okay? So again, if you plan to purchase Kendra Scott, today is the last day to purchase using code give back CWZVW, okay? So I'm excited about that. Here was our flyer, partnering for a good with Kendra Scott. Okay. I do want to also make note that we all use Amazon, right? Right. We all use Amazon. Okay. Any Amazon users out there, we have another opportunity where you can also give back in that way. So going to smile.amazon.com and registering the Harmony Grace Foundation as a nonprofit you would like to support, we will receive 0.5% of the donation. So again, that is smile.amazon.com. All you got to do is log in. Just log in. You're going to find the Harmony Grace Foundation, HARMONIE, Grace Foundation. And all you got to do is activate your account. You can use it through the app, or you can use your desktop, whichever one works best for you. But again, anything purchased from Amazon, we all use Amazon, 0.5% will be donated to help us continue to fulfill our mission, okay? And last but not least, there is an opportunity for us to get $500 from Sign Up Genius giveaway. All you got to do is the same thing. Sign Up Genius giveaway, and you recognize or you put in the Harmony Grace Foundation. Easy, right? Sign Up Genius giveaway. And lastly, our annual Black Tie Gala and 5K is coming up 2023. We are in our planning phase for our biggest event, which is the 5K in our Black Tie Gala. And guess what? We got a date. All right, the date is June 10th, 2023. Yes, save the date, June 10th, 2023. Save the date. Flyers will be posted in December. We want to make sure we stay on track with that. So that information will be posted to be visible in December. So our 5th anniversary weekend, June 10th, 2023, you don't want to miss it. It will be here in Houston, Texas. So be on the lookout for ticket sales. We'll have tickets going on sale January 1, as well as the 5K ticket sales going on sale as well. So I think I have covered all of my announcements so far, but I got 2 announcements in just a moment. But I want to bring on my co-host to let him introduce himself. And once he finishes introducing himself, we will then hop into the discussion, okay? Devin Jenkins.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our final NICU Moms Connect series of the year. We're glad to have 2 of our mothers who shared their stories with you throughout the year back with us tonight to do a year-end recap, if you will. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for your continued support of the foundation and all that we do and all that we will continue to do and will be doing in the near future. So you've heard of 3 different ways, actually 4 different ways to support the foundation tonight. So first, today is the last day for our Kendra Scott partnership. So if you're in the jury, you know somebody in the jury, head to kendrascott.com. We have a code for you to use, and the Harmony Grace Foundation will receive a percentage of the proceeds. So that's the code, Give Back CWZVW. If it's spelled wrong, that's my fault. Go to the social media page, and it's right out there if I got it wrong right here.
You
So
got
go
it.
to kendrascott.com. That's the code. We'll get a percentage of the proceeds back. You shop on Amazon, very simple. If you have the Amazon app, you don't even have to go online. But it's Amazon Smile, smile.amazon.com. Simply search for the Harmony Grace Foundation, click select. That's all you have to do. You just make purchases and the money will come in for us to support what we're doing. So smile.amazon.com, Amazon Smile in the Amazon app. Set the Harmony Grace Foundation as your charity of choice. And you can support us that way just by doing what you already do. Spend the money anyway. Let us get some of it too to help some people out. And then, of course, we have Sign Up Genius. Now, this is a platform out there. It only takes about 2 minutes. Go in, put in the Harmony Grace Foundation, our website, harmonygracefoundation.org, and good to go. You put an entry in for us, they'll do a raffle. We may get it, we may not, but the more entries, the better our chances are. So just want everybody to take about 2 minutes, go to Sign Up Genius and do that for us. And then, of course, as Adriana shared, June 10th, 2023, we will be in Houston for our 5th anniversary celebration. We'll have our 5K, we'll have our gala, and there may be some other things coming in the works. So stay tuned for more details to come there. But that's my time. Board President Devin Jenkins, glad to be with you. I'll be in the back doing my thing and get out of the way for the real superstars of the show tonight.
Whoa, what an introduction, right? No, thank you so much. And let me also mention that we are a nonprofit 501c3, which means it's a tax write-off. So you get to write it off on your taxes, right? We love to write things off on our taxes. Okay. All right. Without further ado, I know you were expecting 4 ladies, 4 mothers, 4 former NICU moms tonight. However, 2 of the mothers, one, unfortunately, the second one, fortunately, could not make it tonight. But that's okay. The show is going to continue to go on. Well, I did get permission to share this information, okay? One, Miss Jamie Martis, she was with us back in February, I believe, and she shared her story, right? She shared how she had 2 beautiful twins that unfortunately passed away, but her rainbow baby, Reagan, was born, and I think Reagan is about 2, 3 now. So she has her rainbow baby. So congratulations to Jamie Martis. But we also want to keep Jamie and her family in your prayers. Pray for her father. I won't go into details, but just praying for a speedy recovery. So keep Jamie Martis in your prayers. She was one of our former NICU moms and one of the moms who came on to share her story, which was exciting. It was very emotional. So, I mean, what can I say? Second mom that I am going to talk about is Sheena Williams, Mrs. Sheena Williams, okay? So she's the fortunate one. So like I said, she did give me permission. I have to say that for the disclaimers, right? But she did give me permission to mention this exciting news. She did say that she's physically exhausted and mentally drained, right? She delivered a 6-pound baby, 30 ounces at 3:45, and she said it's okay to share that she has had 4 rounds of fertility, but she is truly thankful that God has given her her rainbow baby boy, Tyler Williams. What? I can't get mad at that, right? So I'm so excited for her to have her baby boy healthy. He did have to go to the NICU, but not for long. So that was a blessing that he did not have to stay as long as her twins did. And if you recall, Sheena Williams is also a mom, a former NICU mom she's a NICU mom, but who lost her twins as well. She lost her twins, and she shared her story with us publicly, and was for the first time was able to speak about it. So congratulations to her and her husband on a baby boy, Tyler Williams. That's exciting. I am so glad to have started this platform for women to be okay with sharing their stories and knowing how much it would impact other moms and dads that go through the NICU. That's whether you lost a baby, that's whether you had a baby that had to go to the NICU, and then you ask God for your rainbow baby. You know, everybody isn't there yet, where you lose a child and you don't want to have another baby, or you lose a child and you do have another baby. That helps you be able to continue to move forward. But I don't want to stay here too long. I just want to say again, thank you all to my supporters. You again, 2 of the moms won't be here, and I just told you why. But let's bring on the moms that are here, Miss Andrea Pickett and Miss Portia Griffin.
Hello.
Hi, ladies. Welcome back to our final wrap up. How are you all doing tonight?
Doing great.
Well, doing good.
That is good to hear. Well, I appreciate you ladies. And I appreciate Machina as well as Jamie for even agreeing to be on this platform with me to share you all's story. I don't want you to reshare your story. I've already told them to go and like our Facebook page and YouTube page to listen to your amazing stories, right? So I don't want to have you all just go and share that again. We're just gonna have a conversation. We're gonna have a discussion. And some of the things that I want to know is on this platform, how helpful was it for you all? I just want to hear some of your best practices and how was this platform helpful for you and your family? It doesn't matter who goes first.
Okay. I wonder who you wanted to go first.
Go ahead, Portia. And you can bring her forward, Devin, since she's let her talk.
I'm lagging a little bit, but am I keeping up with everybody?
You're good, right? You're good.
So the platform is very beneficial, especially when you're kind of not really sure if you want to share your story, or when you get to the point to where, you can share your story and not cry anymore. That's how I knew the platform was good. I can share it and talk about it and not get as, choked up a little bit, kind of, because I think the biggest thing for me was not really wanting to hear it's going to be okay from people that don't really know the shoes that we've been in, whether, your babies made it out or whether they didn't, because it's still like a mental thing. So it was definitely welcoming to share stories that came out with better sides and some that did not come out the best, but ended with rainbow babies. So I love to hear about rainbow babies because it kind of will traumatize you and it makes you scared. So to hear that it's still a possibility and other women share the same fear as you, that's the best part.
All right, for me.
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
So I really enjoy sharing my story, Arya's story with you all. Like that was like a big blessing. People called me and was saying, "Hey, I'm so glad you told them. You shared that," because people didn't understand what I was going through in those 5 months. Like that was a long time. And to get to share that and let people know what was going on, it was it's a blessing. This is a blessing to be able to do this.
I appreciate that information. It makes me feel really good, right? It makes me feel really good because I can attest, like you said, Portia. We want to share our stories, but I don't want to get emotional about sharing my story. So we shared it with our families in the beginning, right? And then we hopped on Adriana's platform to say, oh, okay, I'm good with sharing my story now. So I'm in a better mood. And Andrea, like those 5 months, them 5 long months, that's time that you don't get back. So it's 5 long months, right, that you have to deal with that. But before I continue, and please forgive me, Andrea Pickett, Mrs. Andrea Pickett, meet Miss Portia Griffin, okay? Portia Griffin, meet Mrs. Andrea Pickett, okay? So I'm so sorry to not have introduced you ladies, but let's start there. So we're gonna rewind just a little bit, and I just want you all to very briefly share your name, where you live, where you're from, and just share, like you said, you had 5 months in the NICU, your baby's name that was in the NICU, and then we'll start it again. Andrea, go ahead for me.
I'm Andrea Pickett. I am from Birmingham, Alabama. I'm still here. And my daughter's name is Aria Pickett. She was in the NICU for 5 months. She was diagnosed with something called CDH. It's called congenital diaphragmatic hernias. Everything in her, like all of her digestive system, it was in her chest, and they had to move it down in 4 days, in her fourth day in the world. So that is very, very traumatizing and a lot to think about. Everything that they had in that NICU, she used. So I know about all those things. I probably could be a nurse right now.
I think we all can be a nurse right now, right? Just being in that facility, that hospital with them, learning day to day, just in case, right? That you get the opportunity to take your baby home. You have to learn these things when you take your baby home, and you have to begin to do those things. So thank you so much, Andrea, for sharing.
Right over there.
Portia, you can go ahead.
Okay, I'm Portia. Oh, my NICU grown up is harassing me right now. My name is Portia Griffin. I am from the Montgomery area. My NICU baby is Kyrie. He's 4 now. They gave him a time frame of 7 months to be in the NICU. He did it in about 11 days and came home. How? I don't know. What made him change his mind? I don't know. He just decided to cooperate. He just wasn't functioning. That's the easiest way to put it, because they never gave me like a terminology for this or a term for that or a big word. I just knew that he would not hold his own body temperature, so they had to keep him heated. He couldn't process his own bowel movements because they had started to block through my cord. He would not process food on his own, and he refused to open his eyes. He just wouldn't give brain activity for them to, but I was just like, no, he's just stubborn in my mind. So and with him being the biggest baby in there, it was kind of like really, Kyrie, you're the biggest thing in here and you won't do anything. He just wouldn't do nothing. He would not do anything. He just was like, all right, I'm here. So he was troubling to carry. I first went in labor at 19 weeks. You know, it's like in your mind, it's like something's not right. I was early pregnant, but I knew something wasn't right. I do have a 10-year-old. She went to NICU for a little while, but as a mom, you know when something isn't right. And I went to the hospital at 19 weeks, and I had discovered that I had like blood flowing in my lining. So then that caused labor, but I don't vaginally deliver. I've never vaginally delivered. They don't think it's possible. So he just kept sending me to labor after that. He he kept doing it. He just kept doing it. He wanted to get out real, real bad, but he managed to stay up until about 36 weeks. And then it got to the point where I was holding his feces in my chest as vomit, so they got him out.
So you had a C-section.
I had a C-section with him. It was already scheduled, but he just did not want to stick to the day. I had labor so much with him. I do not remember what my original due date was.
Oh, wow.
I do not remember what my original due date was. I want to. I've been trying to, but I do not remember.
Oh, wow, man. Listen at that. Thank you so much for the recap of your stories. I mean, look, this is not what we get emotional, but sometimes just hearing them again, it's like,
right.
When y'all pull through, we pull through, so I appreciate both of you ladies. Now, back to the conversation, right? I just want to hear what is some best practices that you would share with other moms and dads who go through the NICU. And if in addition to that, well, maybe I should wait on that question, but what is some best practices? What is some good things that you would share with any parents that go through the NICU?
I would definitely say stay motivated. Definitely stay motivated. Pray harder and harder and harder every day. Because they will surprise you. They will completely do nothing one day and do everything the next day. So that's why I would definitely say stay motivated. Never give up on them.
That for sure. Prayer, just keeping hope alive, pretty much, like writing things down, recording if they let you. I heard so much stuff that I didn't know what they were saying. It was going in one ear and out the other. I don't know what they were saying to me. I don't know what they were talking about. And I would say also just be like, use that time. I was afraid to hold my baby because sick. Touch them, love them, talk to them, speak in their ear, speak words of speak words of wisdom over them, speak life into them, healing words. Things that I picked up on today is my grandmother's birthday. She passed 2 years ago, and I found something in her room. I found healing scriptures when Aria was in the hospital, and I felt like that was just for her. She sent that to me for her, and I feel like listening to that and reading those things, that's the only way you're gonna stay alive in there, because those listening to those sirens and all that stuff, it takes you down. It does.
Beats you down.
It takes you there. Like,
if you hear one machine, you're like, is that my baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned something about being afraid. I have to agree. I was afraid when Harmony Grace was born. I didn't get to see her. I did not get to touch her because it was so quick. I did one push and she was out. Her father had the opportunity to see her, and his eyes was like, that's my baby, because she was the smallest thing there, and he couldn't believe his eyes because we're so used to seeing babies like Sheena, right? 6 pounds and 30 ounces. We're used to seeing big babies, but our baby, Harmony Grace, was just right here in the palm of our hand. You can see her like literally right here, sitting in the palm of our hand. So when I did get the opportunity to see her in the NICU, in the incubator, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't look, I can't touch. And when I became comfortable with where she was, and when I got the opportunity to hold her, I just fell in love all over again. Yeah, with her father, but with my baby, you know what I mean? Like, dang. And though I hate how my situation, I don't hate it, though my situation ended differently than you ladies, it's like, okay, maybe in the future, maybe not, but we'll see. But I mean, I was afraid to hold her. I was afraid to just even look at her when I first saw her because I'm thinking like this tiny, I mean, not fully developed at all. You know, this my baby still got some time to go. And it was just something that came over me. You you're supposed to be here. I didn't know why, but you're supposed to be here. And like you both said, those prayers, you got to keep praying. The moment you hear, the moment the doctor tell you that you are about to give birth, so soon or your baby about to hit that NICU door, you start praying immediately, right? And you don't stop praying until your situation ends. You know, when the baby comes home, you continue to pray because you still got work to do. It doesn't stop there. You know, you continue to pray. So I'm glad to hear that you were afraid. And again, that we are not alone on this journey in our situation. So that's really, really good to hear and very it helps me even to this day. So I appreciate that. So what else would I ask? I would ask that you spent, Andrea, 5 months there. Were you able to connect? And this is for both of you all. But you were there for 5 months. How were you able to connect with other moms and dads that were in the hospital with you, in the NICU with you? And Portia, you can go after Andrea and tell me how long you stayed in the NICU. I think that's why. But yeah, go ahead.
So, connecting with other parents, because of COVID, you know, things were
yeah.
But we did get together, and they did have like parents night where like we did like we made bracelets. They did like little creative things to get us to talk about our experiences and just sharing with other people. You know, I met a lot of people with the same diagnosis as Aria, but they had never been through what I had been through. It was really, really scary to hear that. But yeah, just speaking, being able to talk to them because I was there every day, every single day.
Isn't that amazing how, wait, they got the same issues, but going on a different journey than you are.
Right.
Same name, same term, but different situations.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad y'all made it through. Go ahead, Portia.
For me, with Kyrie, his time wasn't that long, but it was kind of weird because I woke up. Well, I had him at 3 a.m. I woke up the next daytime. He was already there. So my mind was routed. So where is he? Am I still pregnant? Where is he? So they had to coherent me to that he was born. Then I had to wait the 8-hour time period before I could see him. And then after that, it was a set of twins that had been born about 19 weeks that had to be processed in. So I had to wait another 2 hours. So it was just the anticipation of just wanting to get in there so fast and just see him because I had to put my eyes on him. You're telling me he's here, but I had to admit him there, but I haven't seen him. So it's kind of like a anticipation. So when I got in, well, me and a few more parents were out in the hallway, but the mom of the twins, and she's sweetheart, I frequently speak with her, and I asked her prior to this, could I touch on her situation a little bit because she helped me because I helped her. She said, yes, it's fine. Her babies were tiny, like you said, in their hands, tiny, like real little. And she was petrified. She did not want to hold them. And she was young. She had preeclampsia. She really wasn't in the best care for her babies. So that's what caused them to come early. And she sat in the nursing room. And I can hear the crying. And so I knocked on the door. Not to be nosy, but just to make sure she was okay. And she was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I was like, what you can't do? I said, you here now. You did it. You did it. She was like, I can't hold them. I said, but they need you. I mean, and that she gave me these big glossy eyes. Uh-oh. Did I cut out?
You good. Keep going, girl.
Okay. She gave me these big glossy eyes. She was young. She was like, I think 17. And she said, can you go with me? And I said, yeah, I'll definitely go with you. She said, can you go with me? She said, I'm by myself. She said, everybody's not here yet. She said, can you go with me? I was by myself as well. But he was already checked in. I said, well, this will be my first time seeing my son. I said, your babies came in and stole the show. I said, but we can definitely go together. And I mean, it was just teaming together because everyone don't have people with them. Sometimes some situations just don't work that way. So teaming together and being able to, I don't know where my background went, y'all. Being able to be there for her with her being so young. I didn't have no wisdom at NICU, but I was a mom already and I knew she needed somebody. So I was like, come on. You gotta, I said, hold my hand, come on, we're gonna go. And then I mean, we bonded. Whenever I would go down to feed, I knocked on her door. I was like, we going for a walk today? Because she was stubborn. I can't breastfeed, it hurt. I can't pump, it hurt. I don't want to do it. Yes, she can. Come on. I took her like my little sister. And then one day she knocked on my door. She was like, we gotta go down to the babies. I was like, what? She was like, yeah, we're Facebook friends and everything. She sends me pictures of her as she's getting as they're getting older. It's a girl and a boy. Her daughter is a little bit more progressed than her son, but she sends me pictures of them and everything, and it's just keeping that connection. You know, her time was of course a little bit longer than mine, but when they called me and told me Kyrie could come home, it was a shock. I wasn't expecting it, but I had to check on her and let her know, hey, look, this is my number. Don't lose your motivation when you go home. Even if you don't have anybody pushing you like I've been pushing you, call me. Just let me know how they're doing. And when they took because we both had them in October, they took little Halloween pictures and they were so cute. They dressed them up as pumpkins. She sent me the pictures. And it's just to know that a little bit of impact or a little bit of words can help a person go so far. And you connect because she was like, your son, he's big though. And I mean, her babies were good. They were eating on their own. They just were small. They just needed their outside was supposed to be inside, but they were functioning on their own. They were good. She was like, he's so big. And I was like, I know he won't do nothing. He won't do half of nothing your baby's doing. And I said, he's 30 plus weeks and he won't do nothing. And I told her, I said, that's how strange the circumstances can be. Like you said, y'all had the same situations, but just different paths. Mm-hmm. And she was looking at his size and she was like, he's so big, but I was like, but he won't cooperate. He won't do nothing. Your baby's over there. They're small, but they listening. I said, he won't do anything. And they're doing good. They're doing good.
That's so good to hear. And for you to push her, you know, like you hear now, that's good to hear.
I can imagine, you know, that young and going through that, like that young and having two of them, you know, you're by yourself. So I was like, no, you can do it. You can do it. I didn't even know if I could do it.
Right.
Encouragement. I love it. That's what it's about. Like pushing each other to remind us that you're here now. You can do this. It's not over. It ain't over till God says it's over, and it's not over then. You know. Wow. So, girl, that's a blessing. I hear you. Well, I was when I was in the NICU, I was too scared to talk to folks. I mean, I was too nervous to talk to people because in such a traumatic experience, we were always in our just hospital rooms, right? The little rooms all the time. So you never wanted to leave your baby. Like, I don't want to go talk to nobody right now. Like, my baby needs me. But I got over that until I started going to the cafeteria because I was not able to breastfeed as long as I would have liked to. And when you can't breastfeed, you then begin to have to get meals on your own. So I started going to the cafeteria and just ordering from the different venues that they had down there. So that's when I started making my connections with other moms and asking them about their stories, about how early their babies were, you know, when are they expected to leave the hospital? Like, I just wanted to know. Because I'm always trying to find that little piece of hope that Harmony was going to come home. So in the beginning, I started out nervous, and then again, something came over me. You need to talk to people, right? You're here and you're here for a reason. Go talk to these folks. Some people have been there longer than we were there, and then we were there longer than some of the other people, moms and dads was there. So how exciting. I love to hear it. What questions, if any, do you all have for me?
What was your boost to do the Harmony Grace Foundation?
Good question.
Like, did you immediately want to do it, or you was like, I got to do something with my story?
I don't want to tell too much.
Okay.
But great question. Great question. The reason I won't say too much is because I've been asked several times about my story. You know, you think people because I've shared it so much. I've been to different events sharing it. I've been on social media sharing it, and then I started this NICU Moms Connect series, and I briefly shared it. Right. I don't want to go into too much because at the 5th anniversary, which is next year, and I invite both of you to please come to Houston and be a part of it so that I can definitely recognize you ladies while there. But at the 5th anniversary, our 50th anniversary, I will be the one sharing my story. Okay. So what the reason I started it and how I started this foundation is, we go through this mental phase of our life when we go through such a experience as such. And I went to therapy. And when I went to therapy, I got myself together. And in getting myself together, something was like, okay, what's next? I did not want another baby. That was the furthest thing from my mind because I'm still in this healing process.
Right.
So when I left therapy, I was there for maybe like a year and a half. I'm almost 2. I could not get over what had just happened. Well, after I completed therapy, I took it upon myself to go to the hospitals one last time. And I went to both Women and Children in Huntsville, Alabama. And then I went to Nashville, John Carroll Monroe Hospital in Nashville, where she was. And just to say thank you, thank you for the care that you all gave her, the care you gave her, the support you gave me and her father while we were there. And I just wanted, to come back and say thank you. That's all I could honestly say, right? But upon me leaving both hospitals, you encounter moms and dads walking up and down the hallway. Or when you go inside of the NICU, you see moms and dads. And the looks on their faces, I knew then, how can I help them? Because this isn't an easy journey. You're going to need all the support that you can get. And at that time, I felt like, okay, I got to do something. So you all know that I wrote a book, Perfect Harmony, My Journey as a Preemie Mom. Every day, as you all mentioned, that we have to take notes. We have to know what's going on with our child. That's how I was able to write my book. So in writing, I've always said that I wanted to find other organizations that deal with NICU families. And then just to circle back, when I left those hospitals, something just came over me and said, you should start your foundation. You should start a foundation, right? You should start a foundation in Harmony Grace Remembrance. She came, she fought as hard as she could. She's gone. What is something you can do to remember her? Not only remember her, but help other moms and dads that are on the same journey, right? So that's how I started the foundation. Different activities, events that we do. There's a reason behind them. I didn't just say, oh, let's do this 5K. Or I didn't just say, let's have this Black Tie Gala. It's a reason behind both events. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Look, I had to stop a little bit because I can feel myself over here getting a little choked up. So look, I'm gonna need y'all prayers because I'm the one that's sharing my story next year. But no, that's how we got started. I definitely felt that I needed to give back in some way, and I didn't realize that this was a common thing. Yes, you hear about prematurity, okay, but micro prematurity is real, and I didn't know that until I experienced it for myself.
So I just want to say thank you for doing this, because people don't think that they don't have to be preemie to be in the NICU.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say
He wouldn't stay out, y'all. He would not stay out your way.
That's okay.
I can't say that enough.
You happy now?
Arya was
Okay, sit right there.
like full term when I had her. So having to re-explain it over and over and over is like very, very annoying. I understand what you feel like when you have to tell your story over and over and over. So I definitely want to thank you for doing that, because I don't have to tell people over and over, and they can just come watch this.
Thank you so much, girl. Look, don't make me cry. But no, I am honored to have started this, which will turn into a podcast. Right, we're a live NICU Moms Connect series now, but I look to go forward with this every year. You know, I already have a few moms who have reached out to me. How do I become a part of it? I want to share my story, and I'm thinking my slots are already filled. And so now I'm having to go back and rethink, do I want to hold this quarterly? Because that's what I did. I had it quarterly, having two moms, Portia and Machina, on the same time. Jamie, I had her by herself. And Andrea, you were supposed to have a partner, but unfortunately couldn't make it. So I'm having to go back and rethink how I want to structure this series. You know, so I appreciate hearing that. It makes me feel really good. It makes it worthwhile. It lets me know that okay, this wasn't done just because, but there is a need for it, and I'm so grateful to have heard that from you. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, and then another thing I wanted to add, he's doing too much. It's great to see the different stages of prematurity or NICU babies and things like that. Because everybody thinks, like you said, Andrea, a preemie or a NICU baby has to be extremely small. With Adriana's story, that was my first time hearing of a micro preemie. Mm-hmm. So when I read it, I was like, wait a minute. She taught me something and got me crying at the same time. So just to hear just the different, like I didn't even know your baby was big. Like the girl said, he was big. He was a pretty decent size. And a lot of people say, well, with my story, you hate repeating it, you hate telling it because they look at you like, well, he wasn't small, but that doesn't really dictate the NICU stage. So that's good to hear, you know, the different stages. I love that because you taught me something strongly with the micro preemie.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You know, God always puts us in these situations, right? And as we like to say, as cliche as it may sound, he gives his strongest battles to his toughest warriors, you know. And I truly believe that, you know, growing up, we heard certain sayings, right? Mm-hmm. They don't hit you until you really go through it, you know.
Until you're that saying.
That's what I'm saying.
So you that soldier. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So as I was writing my book and I put that in there, I turned and looked at her dad like, I really am strong, you know? And you really don't know how strong you really are. But you don't, those things when growing up, we just say them because our parents or grandparents say those sayings. Oh no, those sayings really have a meaning. And I think the more you say them and you become a part of that saying, it really hits you on why you used to say it or say it as much as you do. So I'm excited. I am truly grateful. We have a few more minutes. Do y'all have any more questions for me? Anything you would like to share to the audience, to our co-host who has been so he's just been so good, and I thank him so much for supporting me. When you know, hey, can you help me with this NICU, you know, series or whatever? And he's there, and I'm so appreciative for my whole team. So, is there anything that you all want to say? Add? We have about 5 minutes.
don't have anything.
That's okay. Look, that's okay. Sometimes I don't know what to say.
Definitely
I have so many questions.
Okay, listen, ask your questions. That's what
No, because you told me you're gonna tell us, so I can't answer.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Push me to be in there because I can't miss. I'm so sad I missed the last one. See,
Okay, hold on. So you have questions about my story, about my journey.
Just all of it in general.
Okay.
Now, you know, I know my process was like, I don't know, like what is this? Because even with me myself, I just didn't understand. I was like, okay, because my dog was like, one more week, we can go one more week. He just walked me through it. So I was like, all right, if I get him to that 35 week, we in there. We gonna get this thing good. He gonna be great. And then it's amazing how it will inspire you. So for your situation, you made it. Like you are here and you're inspiring us. And I'm just trying to figure out if I could have did your shoes. Like, because mine was too tight. My shoestrings was too tight. My circulation was cutting off. Right. I was like, hold on, Lord, these shoestrings now, this battle a little heavy. But yours was just tremendous. Mm-hmm. Not to compare anyone's story, but to applaud you just to a big gratitude, because we wouldn't connect if you didn't connect us, and you connected us with your story. So I greatly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Girl, I'm gonna need you to be quiet. I'm just kidding.
You think like us cheering together and stuff that we would be here connecting together like this? Like, it's amazing how, you know, things will happen. Mm-hmm. And how you will just disconnect from a person for so long, and then boom, we connecting over these babies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I appreciate it because all of my friends, you know, held their babies when they were first born. Neither one of mine, I held them when they were first born. Mm-hmm. So I really want to share it with. Now I have them, but to share it with people that I've never met before, you know, hear similar stories, hear different stories. I appreciate you a lot, a lot. It made me stronger in my story. It made me stronger.
Girl, oh my goodness. I'm not supposed to be crying.
Telling your story, I ain't figured that out yet. I'm gonna have to put parachutes under my eyes. It's gonna be hard.
Okay. No, thank you so much. I really hope, girl, you just took me there. You really just took me there. But no, I hope that I would love to answer all of your questions. I really would. But I would really hope that you all can be in attendance next year.
It's okay.
These are happy tears, I promise. Oh my God.
It's okay. I've been crying all day, girl.
So. Okay, I'm so sorry.
When I'm telling a story.
I'm so sorry, but that's why I need y'all prayers, because I don't want to get on that stage next year and be crying and can't finish. But I think I'll be better. It's just when you hear from you all who have experienced the same journey, although different endings, it's so refreshing to hear, right? And I'm so appreciative of you ladies for agreeing to be a part of this platform. Definitely will have you back. But I do hope and pray that you all can join us next year, as I do share my story, because as I mentioned, a lot of people have reached out to me, you know, why haven't you shared your story? And I'm thinking, I have, you know, have you not heard it? Have you not read it? You know, right. And I want to hear it from you. And what I will not do is, oh my goodness, excuse me, what I will do is share it next year. I was going to have a speaker to come in. She's a NICU nurse. I was going to have her come in and speak. But what I've been thinking about is, because I've gotten so many text messages, calls, the different groups that I am a part of here in Houston, They're constantly asking me, what is the Harmony Grace Foundation? And when I tell them what the foundation is, I haven't heard your story. Why haven't you, I'm thinking, okay. And at my last event, it was actually last Friday before I was preparing for my 10K run with my running group. And one of the my mentors, he was saying, I want to hear your story. And very abbreviated, but I did share it with him. And I want to hear your story. I want you to share your story. And I'm thinking, okay, that's when it clicked. And it told me that, okay, instead of having the NICU nurse come and speak, I would just have her there, and not just, but I would have her there to answer any questions anybody may have. And what I would do is I would be the speaker at this event next year. So to my viewers, you do not want to miss it. I mean, these ladies have spoken and I'm truly grateful for them. I'm so thankful for you all. I'm just speechless right now, and I'm excited speechless. Like, I'm sorry to have cried on here. That was not my intentions.
No, okay.
I try to be, and to this day, right? I still try to be strong. I really try to be strong, and sometimes it does get hard, but it goes back to praying. If you stay connected and you stay with God, anything is possible, and you're gonna be just fine. I don't care how heavy it feels on you. Staying connected with Him, talking to Him about the situation. Oh, it's gonna be just fine. So yes, I'm still trying to be strong, even through my journey that I've taken about 4 years ago. About 4 years ago, I am still strong, right? I'm still hanging in there. It doesn't get easier, but it does get better, right, over time. So, do you all have anything else you want to ask me? Not my story portion, not my story.
You had to give you some flowers. You deserve them flowers. So
I appreciate
it. I just want to say I wish I would have had somebody to talk to about this, because you go through this and you thinking everybody, like, you thinking nobody understands, nobody hears what you're saying. They don't understand those words you're saying, like what these numbers mean. Like, I wish I could have had somebody to talk to. I was only talking to my husband, and
he was going through it too.
I don't want to talk to you either.
Yep, he was going through it too. Yep.
Yeah, so he was going through it with me, and I was tired of talking to him about it, because he wasn't giving me what I needed to hear sometimes. So I mean, I do like talking to a woman is different.
Yeah,
especially a mom.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad you did this. This is wonderful, Adriana. Like, I'm so proud of you for doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, if we don't have any questions, I am going to send you all backstage, and I am going to close us out for the evening. Oh, wow! Right? I'm back. I'm okay. Portia had me in tears. Andrea had me in tears. But no, I am back. I thank these ladies. I thank all of them for being a part of making this platform what it is. I look forward to continuing the NICU Moms Connect series. I'm so looking forward to continuing, and for you all to hear the different stories that we go through while we're in the NICU, even after the NICU, right? Because they still have to go home and take care of their sick child. So I want to say thank you again to you ladies for coming on and just having a conversation with me to wrap it up for 2022. To my viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Please be on the lookout for our next NICU Moms Connect series for 2023. That will be coming in December as well. Before I close out this evening, I do want to recap a few things. Those few things I want to recap is we were expecting 2 additional moms on this platform tonight. However, they could not be here. One who, Machina Williams, just gave birth to a baby boy, Tyler Williams, at 6 pounds and 30 ounces. So we want to congratulate her. We also want to keep Jamie Martis in prayer, her father in prayers for a speedy recovery. I did want to reiterate that today is the last day for anybody to make a purchase from Kendra Scott using the code that was dropped in the chat. Give back CWZVW. 20% of those proceeds will go to the Harmony Grace Foundation to help us continue the mission and the vision of this amazing organization. I also want to let you know about Amazon Smile. Anybody that supports us from Amazon, all you have to do is sign up. Amazon smile.amazon.com, log in, activate your account, supporting the Harmony Grace Foundation. We will receive 0.5% of those donations as well. Sign Up Genius giveaway. All you have to do is go to signupgenius.com, nominate the Harmony Grace Foundation. The more entries we have, the better outcome we'll have. I believe they're giving away $500 to that organization. And then lastly, I cannot forget, this is my favorite, our annual 5K walk run event and the Black Tie Gala will be held here in Houston, June 10th. So I invite you all to come. Ticket sales will be available January 1st, 2023. The save the date flyer will be posted. The save the date flyer will be posted in December. I think we're going to do it that last week in December or something like that, but it will be posted here soon in the month of December. So I just want to say again, thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, go like us on YouTube. Go follow our Facebook page, the Harmony Grace Foundation, and like us on there too. Go on our Instagram page, the Harmony Grace Foundation on Instagram, LinkedIn, the Harmony Grace Foundation, everything, the Harmony Grace Foundation, okay? Go like us, go follow us, go tell a friend to continue to check us out. Our website is harmonygracefoundation.org. So that is our website, harmonygracefoundation.org. So I just want to say thank you all so much again for tuning in. I would like to bring on my co-host for him to share any final words that he may have. And we're going to be good for the evening, okay? So Devin Jenkins, I'd like to bring you back on to close us out. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, everyone, for joining us this evening. Thank you to Portia and Andrea for sharing their powerful stories with us yet again, and being examples of hope and resilience, and what it looks like when you stay steadfast and fight through the battles before you. So thank you to both of you for sharing with us. Thank you to everyone who joined us this evening. Thank you for your continued support of the foundation. And if we don't talk to you again, have a happy, safe, blessed holiday season, and we will see you again next year.
All right. Good evening. Good night. Bye-bye. All right.